Darin and Anita on Grand Strand. A music evolution. Now, Darin and Anita with your Grand Strand Artist Spotlight.
Darin and Anita on Grand Strand. Welcome back from the break, folks. And it is that time for our Spotlight interview segment back in the show. And here we go from Detroit, Anita, man. Incredible man right here. And we got to know him through Ken Knox and Company, who we had on, folks, a few weeks back. And on the line with us is Jimmy D. Scott. Jimmy, how are you?
Hey, Darin, I'm fine. How are you and the lovely Anita?
Woo, what a sexy voice. We're doing fine, Jimmy.
We are doing fine. It's great to have you on. And I was telling folks as we come on how we sort of know each other through Ken Knox with the chairman of the board and KCO, Ken Knox and Company, as you guys were in a band back in Detroit, the Fiery Spartans band.
Right. Oh, you're talking about a great group, man. They put the icing on my cake, man. Ken is one of the greatest horn players of all time, man. We had a horn section. It was three of them. Ken, Roland, and Gary, man. Right. And those horns could dance out before me and set the stage, man, and we blew up in Detroit.
Well, I tell you, Ken showed me a picture here a while back, and I see you guys on stage. He actually had all your names on the picture. It was pretty cool.
So, Jimmy, tell us about the records you cut back in the day.
Yeah, we had a couple singles around that actually went big. Detroit Gold, we had a record called Remember Me, man. That was a smash. You're going to wear the clothes I bought you and do the things I taught you. Remember me.
And, folks, you can find that online. Actually, I got to listen to that incredible song on YouTube. If you go there and just search for you guys, you can find that there. And, Jimmy, you're involved with the Ilitch Family in Detroit, who own Little Caesars Pizza, the Detroit Red Wings, the Detroit Tigers, and it's actually a record label now as well, SoupCan.
Right, man. I mean, the Ilitch family have always been a great family for Detroit, man. They did great things, and the son of Thomas Ilitch, man, he's created a great vibe record company called SoupCan, man. Besides sports, Thomas Ilitch is a great musician and a heck of a singer in his own right. And he brought me in with this label, man, and I'm so excited about this.
So what kind of music is SoupCan putting out? I know you have sort of that Southern soul sound, like Trapped by This Thing Called Love and I'll Be Your Santa Baby that we had worked during Christmas.
Man, Thomas Ilitch and I, man, we want to do music that will last forever and stand the test of time, man. Music with a great message. Right. That's what we're after, man. We want to touch all ages with this sound of music from SoupCan Records, man.
Well, you talk about that and being Detroit and what it is, Motown being from there and all that. It's just, there's so much talent, musical talent around Detroit to start with so many different sounds, actually.
Yeah, well, Detroit is, we like to look at it as kind of life after Motown.
Right.
Motown is great, man. I love Motown, but there's other sounds, there's other people, man, in this market today that's, man, it's just phenomenal how much talent is around here, man. I'm just glad that Thomas Ilitch recognized what I had, man, and we really going after it, man. I'm so excited about this opportunity.
Right, and pulling all that music together, because you're right, there's so many sounds from there, even like a rock sound, and you got that Southern soul sound, which is sort of a big sound of its own throughout the middle section of the United States, from like New Orleans all the way up to Detroit. Just a lot of great sounds up there coming out. Like you said, horn players and stuff too, talking about Ken earlier, and all that came from Detroit, which is an incredible thing there. Well, the song that we worked with you early on in Christmas when we got to know about Jimmy D. Scott was I'll Be Your Santa Baby. And, of course, right now we're working this Trapped by This Thing Called Love off the Don't Stop the Music album.
So how did I'll Be Your Santa Baby come about?
Well, that was a old Rufus Thomas situation, man. Rufus had a great song.
Oh, yeah.
And when we listened at it, we said, we want to give this music a new day, a new awakening for the Christmas, because Christmas usually is for the kids, but I'll Be Your Santa, we feel like we could touch the older generation and let the ladies know that they haven't been forgotten at Christmas. I'll Be Your Santa Baby is for the ladies, man.
Yeah, how many chimneys did you go down during Christmas delivering gifts?
Man, quite a few.
I'm just kidding there. Trapped by This Thing Called Love is the next song out in which we are working in the show right now. And folks, it is off Don't Stop the Music, and you can find all this on Amazon. How did that song come about, or how did you pick that song there, Trapped by This Thing Called Love?
Man, I'm telling you, Armin Baladian, I signed with Westbound, and he said, Jimmy, I want you to go into my catalog, record whatever you want, man.
Incredible.
And Denise LaSalle, I've always been a fan of hers. Had a couple songs, man, that were great. And one was a Barbara Mandrell, man. It was called Married But Not to Each Other. That's on the album. So I picked Married But Not to Each Other, but then I listened to Trapped by a Thing Called Love, and I fell in love with that record. Man.
Yeah, because how many times have we been trapped by this thing called love? We can't figure it out.
Okay.
Darin, I put a line in that song that says, the hunter got captured by the game. That's right. That's right. And I'm trapped and I don't want to be free.
Me either.
There's the songs, and the new song we're going to talk about coming up momentarily. You just got so much, man, in your repertoire of things that you have done. Vehicle is the new song, but let's get into this. I know you're in Detroit. You're playing casinos up there. What all's going on with you with your shows and that kind of thing?
Well, actually, man, now that you mention it, I'm actually at Motor City Casino tomorrow, which is Good Friday.
Wow.
Oh, man, and I'm telling you, we're drawing record crowds at the casino, man. I've been there a while, man, and I'm like in the rotation, but when I play, man, you got to get there early because there ain't a seat in the house.
Packed house.
Packed house, man. Packed to the rafters, my friend.
There's just so much to talk about. You're in several movies. Well, you're in one movie. You got your song's going to be in a movie coming up. You were in a movie here a while back with Vivica Fox, Queen City.
Yeah, man, and that's a great movie, man. Peter McGinnis, who's the director and the star of the movie,
right.
he came to see me at Motor City Casino a couple years back. And when I came off stage, he said, man, I really like you, man. He said, I love your music. He said, but I want you in my next film.
Awesome.
I thought he was kidding, man. And before you know it, man, he sent me the script, wrote me in, and my character is called Pharaoh. I own the whole club.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
So
Physical works for me.
So you got to look for Pharaoh in the movie. You got to go check this out. Queen City, folks. Go look that up. I'm sure it's on Netflix out there somewhere. And here's the next thing. This is a new movie coming up, and you were talking about doing some George Clinton songs earlier in the interview. Cosmic Slop, old George Clinton tune, and it's going to be in the movie Blowtorch coming out June the 1st with Jared Abraham, William Baldwin, and Lois Robbins. Man, there you go.
Man, that was just a godsend, man. I didn't expect that. Armin called me one day, him and Joe Martin. Joe Martin, who launched Eminem.
Right.
At 54 Sound. They actually sent that stuff in, and they called me and said, man, we sent your version and George's version, and they picked yours.
Wow.
Man, I heard it the other day for the first time. It's in the last scene, Cosmic Slop. Man, it's a beautiful thing.
It's a beautiful thing. I bet. I can't wait to see that. Actually, I couldn't find it yet. There's some trailers of that movie already up online, and I was trying to find one to see that in the end. But you got to go see the movie when it comes out. It's June 1st, folks. You can go see Blowtorch. You got to listen for Cosmic Slop because that'd be Jimmy D. Scott right there. Well, Jimmy, let's get up to what's going on right now. Here you go. New single out, Vehicle. Now, tell us a little bit about this. I know it's an old Ides of March song.
Right. Well, it's always been one of my favorite songs, man, because it features great horn parts, man. Da-da-da-da-da. I just love those parts. And we listened, and Thomas Ilitch, man, he said, Jimmy, what do you want to record? I said, I would love to cover Vehicle. He said, let's do it, man. Because I like to put a little rock in my show. I actually got if you come to see me, I have a Bob Dylan medley that I do. So I do a little Dylan. I got a crowd that comes to hear me just do my Dylan medley.
Wow. That's awesome, man.
Yep, so Vehicle, man, Vehicle is a great song, man. I'd like for everybody to go on, listen to it. It's on iTunes. It's on Amazon.com, man. And when I come in your area, I'll be booking a tour real soon. If I come in your area and you show up with one of those vehicles, man, I got a special treat for you, boy.
There you go. I'm telling you.
And the one thing that we cannot leave out, because, I love football, is the Monday Night Football song. Hey.
When Hank got out, here comes Jimmy D. Scott.
Man, isn't that great, man?
I watch you in that video. It's actually up online, folks. If you go search for Jimmy D. Scott Monday Night Football, you can see you in this whole thing.
Yeah, man, that was beautiful, man. ESPN came in, man, and they actually filmed it at Baker's Keyboard Lounge, man, which is a historical place here in Detroit.
Right.
They brought in a whole camera crew and everything, man. Wow. It just happened so fast and so big. It was another God sent thing, man. Something I didn't expect, but they said God has another plan for you.
That's right.
We plan for ourselves, but Joe Martin called me and said, Jimmy, you want to do Monday Night Football? When it comes on, you see Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, all the Lions and Bears, and then you see me. Gracious.
Because it's like what you said. You never know what direction you're going to go in or what you're going to be led in.
That's right. That's
it.
Man, I just want to give God all the credit, man. I can just say that, give God the glory, and we can go from there.
Amen. And Jimmy, with that being said, let's give them the new hit.
All right, I'm so excited, and I'd like to send it out to the world, all the ladies, and let you know I'm your vehicle, baby.
Darin and Anita on Grand Strand. A music evolution.